Hi guys, Brandon Willis with Willis Homes, your go-to realtor, and today I just want to talk a little bit about passing your exam to get your license. And let's explore the four foundational concepts that shape the relationship between government authority and private property and real estate: police power, eminent domain, taxation, and escheat. These powers are essential to how land is regulated, used, and in some cases, reclaimed by the state. Understanding them is critical for anyone involved in real estate, whether as a homeowner, investor, developer, or professional, but more importantly, to pass your test. This will be on there in some form or fashion. So let's begin with police power. Despite the name, this concept has nothing to do with law enforcement alone. In real estate, police power refers to the government's authority to regulate land use in order to protect the public's health, like safeties, morals, general welfare. This is the basis for zoning laws, building codes, environmental regulations, and occupancy limits. For example, a city may designate certain areas for residential use only, preventing industrial facilities from being built there. While this can limit how the property owner uses their land, it ultimately ensures orderly development and protects communities from harm. But like one of the big ones that you see all the time is building codes. The way your electrics ran, the way your plumbing's ran, the way you use your property is police powers. They tell you how to use the property you have. All right. Next is eminent domain. Perhaps one of the most debated governmental powers. Eminent domain allows the government to take private property for public use, but only with just compensation. Remember that'll be on your test. To the owner. This is commonly seen when land is needed for highways, schools, utilities, or other infrastructure projects. While the idea of losing property can be unsettling, the principle behind eminent domain is to serve the greater good, the requirement of the just compensation. Just compensation means they give you what is fair as compensation for taking your property. It's meant to ensure fairness through disagreements often arise what truly fair market value is. All right. But remember, it's just the right to take your property. The actual act is condemnation. That's when they physically take it. Now, notifications. The third power is taxation, which is primarily way local governments generate revenue to provide public services, property taxes, fund schools, emergency services, infrastructure, etc. In real estate, taxation is unavoidable. Property owners are required to pay taxes based on the assessed value of the property. If the taxes are not paid, the government has the authority to place a lien on a property or even foreclose. While taxation can feel overwhelming, it is a vital role in maintaining the communities in which properties exist and derive their value. All right, so pay your taxes. Finally, we have escheat. This is the government's power to take ownership of the property when the individual dies without a will and without legal heirs. So if you don't have no one the houses go to, if you don't will it to somebody, and no one knows what to do with your property once you pass away, the government will take it with the power called escheat. In such cases, the property does not remain ownerless. It transfers to the state, and it continues to be maintained and used rather than becoming abandoned or neglected. Though it occurs less frequently than other powers, it is an important legal mechanism that prevents uncertainty in ownership. So just make sure you have your wills and affairs in order. Make sure that you have, when you get your title insurance, or if you got survivorship, just make sure all that stuff's in line. But remember this when it comes to passing your test. So police power, eminent domain, taxation, and escheat. Remember these to help get you through your test. Remember what they mean. Police power is how you use your property. They tell you how you use the property. Eminent domain, the right to take your property, but they have to give you just compensation. But the actual act of taking your property is called condemnation. Okay, remember those three things with eminent domain. Taxation, exactly what it is. That's when you got to pay your taxes. And escheat, the right of the government to take your property if you do not properly will it, or if they cannot figure out who your property goes to after you pass away, the government will take possession of your property. So remember those 4 terms in the vocabulary that we went over today, and that should help you take one step closer to passing your test, to getting that license. Follow me for more tips. Look for my YouTube channel. I'll probably post the link down below, so if you need to see this video again and you can't find it, at least you know to find me on YouTube. All right, thanks. And for the next lesson, maybe I'll talk about another acronym, because this acronym is called PEAT: Police Powers, Eminent Domain, Taxation, and escheat. See you next time.